Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here with Enlightened World Network. We're so glad you joined us today for our meditation a day. On Wednesdays, we do something special that we call meditation excavation because Teri and I go into meditation with you. We have no idea where it's heading, and we really just sit and relax and listen to Spirit's guidance just to see what message they want to share for us. And there's always a message. So, Teri, thank you so much for being here with me.
Oh, thank you. I love this platform and I love what we do on Wednesdays. It's always exciting to see where Spirit leads us.
Exactly. So, let's just go ahead and get comfortable. This typically, I don't know, we typically run around 30 minutes to 40, 45 minutes, depending on what's going on. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Just close your eyes, settle in on your chair, make yourself comfortable. Let's just sit and enjoy the quiet for a moment. And already, Teri, I'm feeling there's a lot of divine activity that they're wanting us to connect with. So let's just take a deep breath together, nice and slow. And release it nice and slow. Take another one in. And release it slowly. Take another slow breath in, and with that, have the intention of expanding your third eye. And release it, expanding the third eye even more. Take a nice slow breath in and feel with it the expansion of your heart space. And as you release it, feel further expansion of the heart space and invite in the color green as you do that. One last one in really slowly, and let's invite in the expansion of our crown chakra. So let's take that in. And release it slowly. Further expansion of the crown chakra. Teri, I'm already feeling Archangel Michael. I'm already feeling Metatron, but would you invite in our spiritual divinity friends, please?
Absolutely. So let's invoke the energy of Archangel Raphael, asking Raphael to surround each of us with an energy of healing. Anytime that we do the inner work, it creates a movement inside, and our cells respond to that movement. The energy movement creates energy healing inside of us. So thank you, Raphael, for being here. Archangel Michael, always so present. Thank you for providing us a bubble of protection, providing us guidance, love, strength. I see lots of white light coming in with Michael. Archangel Gabriel, our angel of clarity, help us to know what we need to know today. what is the purpose of coming together and sitting and listening and finding exactly what's needed for us to contemplate and to know in our lives right now. And Archangel Uriel, thank you for grounding us, for helping us to feel centered and balanced. Help us to connect in with the center of Mother Gaia. Archangel Metatron, who brings in the crystalline grid from above, who helps us to understand our purpose and our path in this lifetime. Thank you for being with us. And Archangel Sandalphon, bringing up that energy from the center of Mother Earth, that early crystalline grid. Thank you for helping us to understand how each of our lights is so important as we connect in with points on that grid. We all bond together to help light up more of the world and to bring more peace into the world. Any of the other angels that want to join in, I'm just feeling mounds of them.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many legions of angels, a myriad of angels. We love that word. And I see them just spread out throughout the world right now, helping anyone, anywhere, to open up to them, to feel their presence, and to ask them what's needed. And they will show. They will help you understand. So thank you to all the angels, the masters, the ancestors, everyone that's here gathered together. Let's just feel their presence for a moment.
Teri, there is a great deal of angelic presence right now. I am really getting strongly Archangel Michael, and then Archangel Metatron and Archangel Raphael on the other side of Metatron. It's a threesome here. I'm just hearing into what the message is. So Archangel Archangel Metatron is showing me the consistent grinding of minutes. And we know that in the ethereal realm there are no minutes. There's no time. So I know what he is drawing our attention to is time on earth. I can actually hear the ticking of a clock. Teri, can you sense that?
I do see the clock. I'm also hearing the word resilience. I don't know what that's all about, but as I look at the clock, I see like our earth and what's been happening here on earth with the pandemic, the shutdown, people being isolated. And when you're just sitting and you can't really go about your normal routine and doing things that you want to do, time seems to slow down. And I think it's the resilience that we need to keep moving. Even though we might feel like we're contained in a box, we can still move. We still have the ability to use our mind and to not give in to just giving up, just sitting and letting the world pass us by. So I think there's a lot of energy right now toward resilience.
And I was hearing the words biding time.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if some of our folks are just going through life, just biding time, maybe waiting for their own transition. I know we've got some ill folks in our community. We've got folks that have been ill with COVID for some time, and it's just going on and on and on. So maybe just biding time while their bodies are healing. And I'm reminded too that in the States there is again and continuing racial unrest. And then the biding time seems almost like a request or a call to action, that it's okay to allow time to pass. Does that make sense, Teri?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes we need those moments of rest, those moments of pause, I call them, where you just become the observer. So if that's where you're finding yourself, if you're just kind of sitting right now and not making any movement forward, just take that opportunity to become the observer of your life. Maybe asking the important questions. Is there something I can be doing? Is there something that I need to be doing to help myself move forward? This has been a time of deep inner reflection for so many. Many have found their path during this time. They found their passion of what it is they want to be doing or they came here to do. So this is a great opportunity. Let's turn it away from looking at it as a constraint on us and look at it as, okay, what can I do now? How can I move forward? And I feel like that's why Metatron's there. He's there to open up all of us to what our path is, to what we chose to come here for. What type of lesson and growth did we come to experience in this lifetime? And I know certainly we all showed up for this, for such a time as this, when it's something the world has never experienced before. We volunteered. We said, I'll be there. I'll do my part. I'll do what I can to help with the understanding of what it's all about. And there's very few that have that deep understanding of what this is all about. So many are still in the shock phase, I think, of what's happened over the last year.
So this is interesting. I was reminded that there are times that it's perfectly perfect to just be in that pause. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, I saw as if Archangel Metatron had brought down, it's almost like the fibers of a spider web. Now, this is weird. You're going to have to go with me on this one. So,
Okay.
as if the Earth is on a time schedule, as the Earth is rotating, it's as if the minutes are ticking. The seconds are ticking, the minutes are ticking, the days are passing, and Archangel Metatron sent down as if to mark this moment in time, almost like a spider webby texture to it, but it's glossy, kind of glossamer is the word that's coming to me. And it's so we can, anybody who wants to just reach out and hold it I know this sounds odd. Just reach out and hold it, and it's kind of going upwards as if he's above us, like connecting us to him. But it's at this moment in time on this particular day, whether it's evening for you, middle of the night, the morning, or the afternoon. But there's this gossamer webbish, kind of like the crystalline grid, but not as robust as the crystalline grid. It's very delicate. But if you put your hand out and just feel it, and see if you can sense energy coming down from Archangel Metatron on that web.
I see it glowing.
Okay, yeah, good. I'm glad you can see it.
Yeah.
And if you put your hand on it, Teri, what are you sensing?
It's very light.
Yeah.
I thought it would have more of a substance to it, but it's light energy. And as I put my hand, it's like it can go through it. It can go through that web and then come back out again, and the web stays intact. So it's not something that can be easily demolished. It's there, and we are not the ones that can remove it. This is something that Metatron's bringing in.
Well, I think you hit it right on the head when you said it's light energy. It is light, and it's energy. And it has almost like a pulse.
Yeah, vibration.
So if you look up into the sides, it looks like it just goes on and on and on, as high and as wide as it possibly can. So this is interesting. I'm just wondering, what is this? What are we doing with this? I think it looks like it goes all the way around the planet. I mean, in reality, it's everywhere on the planet. It's not just in one place. It's everywhere on the planet because everybody can reach out and feel it at this point.
Right. It feels like it's bringing some kind of healing energy in. With the vibration of it, I hear a sound. It's very soft, very subtle. But there is a sound that's going on with it. And it feels like that sound is what's going into us. Almost like a sound healing that's happening throughout our planet right now.
And I'm seeing a couple of our people from our community that just wanted to wrap themselves in it. So got a hold of like a bunch of it and just like wrapped themselves in it like a cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's interesting as I'm watching it, it'll go off for a second and then come back on. And it's, oh, see, I don't know much about codes. I know some people are really into the different codes. It's doing a code.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Sacred geometry.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I just felt Metatron just kind of nod because he knows that we're getting it, we're understanding it, that this is for us. This is for our earth plane right now. We have so much help from the angelic realm, from the masters, from God. We're not alone in dealing with all of the crises and the illness, the disease. We have powerful help that's coming in. And many people have been talking about the shift in the energies lately. And I feel like, Ruth, we're seeing it here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's being shown to us visibly, is this web that's coming in.
Teri, what can you tell us about codes? Because I've never seen it like this.
The codes are all coming from that sixth dimension, the sacred geometry. On the sixth dimension is where things start to take form. So as those codes are brought in, they can come into our dream time. They can come in on purpose, by intention, to call them in. And those codes can be numbers, they can be symbols. I feel like this, what we're looking at right now, is a web of symbols that's coming forth for us to use and to pull into our minds so that the shift can happen that needs to happen for us to be fully awake. So as Metatron is lighting up that grid, sometimes there's one particular area that lights up. Other times the whole thing lights up, but it's all flashing that energy right into us to help us understand it even more. And you don't have to understand what the code means. Just know that it's working in your DNA. It's coming in and almost like putting a puzzle together. All the puzzle pieces will start to fit when these codes come in, because it's like the answer key. Remember the test that we used to take in school, and the answer key was in the back of the book. So we've gone to the back of the book, and what we're getting right now is all of those answers that maybe we couldn't figure out on our own.
So, Teri, I've never been guided to change a background during a meditation before, but I just changed it. And if you open your eyes and look at the background, that's what it looks like to me. Total
Chills.
And
Yeah.
every dot
Mhm.
is a different symbol. And when I look at that webbing, I can see the different symbols on it. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting, Ruth. Oh my gosh, these angels, they use so many ways to communicate with us. There are certain repeating numbers that have special meaning when the angels show them to us. The timing of when you changed that background was 333 in the Eastern time zone.
And 111. No, it would have been 133. Never mind.
But 333, that's a special code that they use a lot. And it's actually opening up a vortex for us to go into to look at what the message is. What do they want to show? What do they want to tell us and guide us to pay attention to? So it was no accident that you were guided to change that background at that particular moment in our Earth time, because they wanted you to know that confirmation that yes, they're right here. They're helping to expose what the meaning is of these codes, of this message that came in so clearly today. And even just looking at that pattern, I can see, if I turn my head sideways, I see 333.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very clear.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Oh, geez. And they've been showing me light signs the last couple of days. And the one that they showed me this morning had that same thing on it. Interesting. Wow. Okay, wow. Hmm.
They're so amazing. And, we shouldn't be amazed because we know how powerful they are, but still our human brain is the one that goes, wow. you know? So it was an aha moment, I think, right here, live and spontaneous, not planned at all. That this just kind of fell into place for us to look at. So just feel, if you're watching this, just feel how that resonates to you. How does that feel to just go with us into this energy of something powerful coming in, something so beyond what we could ever make up ourselves? We couldn't make this stuff up, but they're showing it to us very clearly that this was for us to examine today. This was for us to look at, to, I think, increase our level of understanding, but also to increase our faith a little bit, that when we follow those breadcrumbs, that's what we did. We just followed what they were showing us. And then all of a sudden, there's the clarity. So I just want to thank Archangel Gabriel for helping us to understand more and to open up to more of our spiritual beings, and seeing them and how they're working with us on everything that's going on in our lives, not just one area. It's not just about receiving healing, it's also about understanding why we're here, that all important path that we came here to be on and to follow. And, whether your job is to teach or just to smile, it's all as important as the other. There's none less and none more than.
Yeah. Teri, if you hone in just a minute on, I'm pointing, not that you can tell what I'm pointing at, but the line of threes, and just go out that line of threes, it
Mhm.
just opens to me like this huge vortex. Is that
Mhm.
is that what you were describing earlier? Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And then right behind you, underneath the words the earth, I see 1111, which is another vortex
Right.
of energy.
Wow. Okay. Well, folks, we'll just figure out what this is. We won't have all the answers today. That's sort of not how it works with us. It'll come in over time, and we'll share that out as we figure that out. Wow.
Beautiful. Yeah, it just all feels so divine.
Yeah, and I love it because I'm seeing Archangel Metatron like up there, like high fiving Michael and Raphael. Like, yeah, they got it. Very cool. And yes, we did. So thank you. That was cool. All right. Well, friends, this was an interesting one. Thank you for being here with us for this meditation excavation. Really, that's what it is. Rather than a relaxing meditation, it's a journey, and it's always a journey on this.
Always.
Well, thank you. Thanks for being here, Teri. Thank you. Thank you for
You.
walking through this with me. It's always amplified the work that we do together. As you see one thing, I see something, and it just builds on itself. So thank you. Friends, thanks for being here today. So much love to each and every one of you. Take good care, and God bless, and we'll see you soon.